Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I just wanted to sit down and test out these two new products. This is Natasha Denona Mini Biba, and then this is also the Natasha Denona Rose Cheek Palette. It's just a little blush and a highlighter. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I apply those products today and get this look, just keep on watching.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
So we're going to go ahead and start off with my eyes. I'm just so excited to get into this. So this looks like this. I have not dipped into it. It looks so gorgeous. So this shade right here, it's actually upside down for you guys. But anyways, I believe this shade. Yeah, this shade right here is Bruno. This is like a cream to powder. They call it a cream to powder, but to me it's just like a creamy powder. It's still a powder in my opinion, and that's kind of how it works. And I say that because usually creams dry out, have like a wet texture to them, and they kind of dry and mattify or whatever, and set. But this one is just like a creamy powder. It's still a powder. It's not going to dry out. It's just has a different texture. Definitely like more moussey than it is creamy. So that is all I wanted to say about the shade. The rest of them are just their typical matte shades or shimmer shade from Natasha Denona. So let's just go ahead and dip in. Like I said, I have not used this, so I'm going to go ahead and grab a clean brush because I have a lot of dirty ones. Clearly. Okay, I'm going to grab my favorite. This is the JH40, a clean JH40, and I'm going to dip into this shade, this little peachy shade right here. And then I'm going to put that in my crease and also blow it halfway up, like blow it out halfway up to my eyebrow as well. So starting off as a transition and then kind of blending it upwards. Try not to grab too much product. I did conceal my eyelids and set with powder before doing this. Just going to build that up right there, add a little bit more. Yeah, we're just jumping on in, guys. I have somewhere to be and I'm late. I have a girls' day with my bestie, so I told her noon and I'm already like 10 till, so I'm clearly not going to be on time, but that's okay because I pick her up, so it's not like she's going to be waiting somewhere for me. Here we go. And then she's not like a morning person, so I'm just like letting her sleep in more or whatever. Alright, so I have a brush hair right there. Alright, that blended out really nice. I did see it grabbing in a few places, but then I was just able to like blend it out and it did blend. But I thought at first it was grabbing, but when I went over it, it did kind of blend out, so. But now I don't see any of that grabbing anywhere, so it did blend out pretty well. Now I'm going to grab a smaller one. This is going to be the Morphe E17 brush. I'm going to go into this shade right here, this like a mauve shade. And then I'm going to deepen the transition shade right there. I really can't see. I'm creating a shadow with a light, so it's kind of hard to for even me to see because I have so many lights on right now because it's a really gloomy day. So my window light, my outside window light was not enough for me, so I had to turn on all my lights. And now I got shadows, and it's harder to kind of see what I'm working with on this side. I don't know, this side's like brighter. Oh no, that one still has a shadow, but it doesn't disrupt what I'm looking at though. It's a little different. That is very pretty. I don't have the Biba palette. I have, I think, like a knockoff. No, wait. I do have a knockoff for the Biba palette. It was, I think, Bad Habit or Alter Ego. I can't remember if it's Alter Ego or Bad Habit. I think they're the same brand, and then they just like opened a new factory or whatever, a new name, operated under a new name. But Bad Habit is no longer in business, but Alter Ego is. And they kind of do like a lot of Natasha Denona ones. And I have the Biba palette knockoff, and honestly I don't use it. It's not that, it's just a little too cool toned for me. And honestly, I just haven't given it a shot. I just like stare at it and go for a different one. I just have so many palettes, to be honest. I've actually been wanting to buy the Patrick Top one that everyone's been raving about. It was in a lot of like yearly favorites for a lot of YouTubers, and I've kind of been, it's just so expensive. It's like $68. I'm just like, I don't know. $68 for like a neutral palette, it just like, it seems insane to me when I already have so many neutral palettes, you know? So I kind of told myself a no on that one, but we'll see. And then I kind of want to deepen out my outer V. So I'm going to use the cream to powder one and see how it goes. Just going to use that same brush. I'm going to tap it right there on that outer third. Kind of blend it inward a little bit. Like that. It's blending like a dream. I like it. I really like that look right now. Definitely looks very like mauve-y and pink. I did want it to look more neutral-esque, but I mean, it is a true like pinky berry toned. I mean, I know like the Biba palette is more of a neutral palette. So I was hoping, even though these looked like pinky and very toned, like they're like very neutral toned down berries, but it's still very like peachy berry toned, if that makes sense. But in comparison to the Biba palette is what I'm talking about. I'm not saying it's very berry toned. I'm saying compared to the Biba, which is a true like neutral palette. I'm just using the same brush I started with just to like kind of blend it all together. I was just hoping it would be a little more neutral, but it is like true to its tones in my opinion. Like it's, if anything, I'm picking up a little more mauve purple once it's on the eye. I don't know if you guys can kind of see that, what I'm seeing. It definitely looks more mauve and purple on the eye, so I find that a little bit interesting, but I'm not mad. I do like purpley tones, but I feel like it's not true to color from what you're seeing in the pan. Alrighty, and now I'm gonna grab this JH41. I'm gonna go into the deepest shade right here. And I'm gonna try and create like a kind of like a slight eyeliner look. It's right here on my lash line, kind of a smoked out liner look. And I deepen that a little bit. Same thing on the other side. Like that. My nose edges. Ugh, I want to get my nose piercing so bad. I'm like, I don't know, I don't know why I'm like so scared to get it. Probably because I know it's gonna like upset my mom. I know I'm like an adult and stuff, but you know, you still don't ever enjoy disappointing your mother, no matter how old you get. I wanted my nose pierced since I was like, actually like my septum right here, since forever. Since I was like 16. And I never got it done, and now I'm like over a decade later and I still want it. So now I feel like I'm too old, you know? Like I had my time and I didn't do it. But I don't know. I feel like I can still get it done if I wanted to, really. So I used all the shades at this point except the shimmer. So let's just go ahead and dip into that. I'm just going to use my finger. Hopefully this is going to look pretty. Oh my god. You guys see that? It's insane. Oh my god, that's so pretty. It's definitely more like, I don't want to say silver because it's not silver. But it is more like a cool toned silvery pink. So pretty though. That is super pretty. And I feel like it doesn't go with my shirt. Well, actually it kind of does, doesn't it? It kind of does go with my shirt now that I look about it. Now that I think about it, it kind of does go with my shirt a little bit. Like, even though it's not the same color, it's definitely still complimentary. I'm gonna build that up just a little bit. There you go. Alright. That just like the lower right there. I kind of want to add some right there. Ooh. The inner corner. Oh yeah. Oh, that's so pretty. Let me smoke out my lower lash line. For the lower lash line, I think I'm just going to go in with this one, just one shade. I think I had some like fallout from above, which kind of worked out nicely. Oh, that looks very pretty. Just smoking out the little mauve shade on my under eye. Oh, very cute. I like it. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and finish off my eyes, and then I'll come back and we'll be able to do the Rose Cheek Duo. So real quick, I just want to go over what I used on my eyes. I used the House Laboratories micro tip eyeliner for just a slight eyeliner look, just very tiny wing. It's just my go-to favorite right now. And then for my brows, I used the Essence Super Last Brow Pencil. I'm just trying to use this. I use the shade, where are the shades at? Dark brown. So I'm just trying to go through that. It's a decent brow pencil though, pigmented and like waxy and movable, which I like. But then like when you set it with like a gel or whatever, it'll stay all day. It's really nice, especially for how affordable it is. And then I used the NYX Control Freak just to set my brows and to kind of like fluff them up. This is in the shade Clear. That's my absolute fave. And then for mascara, I just used my Dynamic Duo. So this is the Lancome Boost Lash Boosters mascara. And then I used my NARS Climax Extreme in a mini that I'm trying to just go through and use up. I just like this combo together. I think it's just really good. So it's just what I've been using every day. When you find something you like, you kind of don't go away from it. And then for my waterline, I did use this LA Girl Penny shade. You really can't see it, but it's definitely there. Like, I can see it, but it's very, very subtle. And I kind of like that, actually. So it's not super unnoticeable, but it's there. And it does brighten a little bit, so. LA Girl, Shockwave, and Penny. So that was it for that. Now we get to move on to the Rose Cheek Duo. So excited. This looks so cute. So, oh my gosh. I probably need a new brush because all of mine are dirty. Let's look at maybe like a stippling. Let's use this. Oh no, let's use this e.l.f. one because it's smaller. I'm going to use this e.l.f. What is it called? The airbrush stipple. I'm going to use this one and just go into the blush shade. It has a little bit of glitter in it, which makes me a little bit nervous. And I did already set my face with powder, so we will see. Like I said about the eyeshadow, these the Natasha Denona cream to powder ones are definitely more powdery than they are creamy. I don't really believe that they dry out. What I do think though is that it's it's a very hard, rough mousse that it's very hard to get out with a brush. So I'm having to dip in here quite a few times. And this shade is definitely more pink than it is my preference. So, but I mean, it doesn't look terrible on me. It's just not my preference. I definitely do like a more like peachy shade. Just the tone is off. But I think it's pigmented. I think it's not pigmented, but it's visible. It's very like light but still present. It's just not my color. So maybe I shouldn't have purchased this one, but I do like the formula. I enjoyed it from the Glam palette. That's why I wanted it. And I wanted to try like a lighter. I thought this was like peachier, and it appeared peachier in the photos and even in person, but on the cheeks it definitely looks more pink. So for the sake of the video, I'm gonna leave it like this, but before I leave today, I'm definitely gonna add a little bit like more of a peachy tone over it. Just but the pink shade is cute. It's just not me. Kind of like, I feel like the color pink just washes me out a little bit, so it makes me look more sick than it does flatter me. So that's just my opinion on that. And then for the cream highlight, I'm just going to use my finger. Ooh, this is very powdery. Like, it feels like a true powder. It doesn't feel like a cream at all. Maybe that's how it is supposed to be. Like, maybe they didn't say that the highlight was a cream. Oh yeah, it says it's a cream blush and then a highlighter, so it is meant to be a powder. They didn't say this was a cream highlight, so I just wanted to clarify that. And it does feel like a normal powder. Again, this is just a little more like fair, more light than I prefer. But it doesn't look bad. It's still really smooth and subtle. But it's just not like my tone. It's definitely more silvery and light than I prefer. So it's gonna be a no from me. That's so cute though. Like, I love my makeup overall. Like, my eyes, let's just go ahead and talk about it. So this definitely pulls more purpley berry toned like on me. And I have a feeling that's probably going to be true for a lot of people. I really wanted this to be more like neutral, like this, like, I don't know, this looks like a true like neutral like mauve tone, and it came off very purpley on my eye. Like I said, it looks very purpley on my eyes, and I feel like that's definitely going to be like a lot of people's case, probably not everybody. Like, my only issue with this is not that it looks bad, because it looks, in my opinion, the look looks beautiful. I'm very happy with this look. I would wear this look again. My problem is that the colors don't appear the way they appear in the palette on your eyes. So that's just an issue I have with palettes that don't work like that. Like, I want the color that's in the pan to be the color that's on my eye, unless it's like a dual chrome. But like a matte shade, I want the matte shade to look how it looks in the pan to reflect how it looks on my eye. So I'm just a little disappointed on that. But like, now that I know that this pulls more berry, it pulls more pink, more purpley, like, I know that, and I can still like this. Like I said, this look is absolutely beautiful in my opinion. I think it's gorgeous. I used all the shades. I think it's so beautiful. I don't know how much like diversity, like how many like different looks I'm able to get with this. I feel like they're all probably gonna look exactly the same, if not super similar. So maybe they could have maybe just done 3 shades, you know, whatever, or giving you like 2 more options that are completely different. But that's just my opinion. Is it a good palette? I think it's a really good palette. I still think it's beautiful. Like I said, the mattes perform really well. But just keep note that it is more pinky, berry, purpley kind of leaning. And then The cheek palette, I think I've kind of already said everything I needed to say about it. It pulls more pink than it looks in the pan. More like cool toned and not my color. And then again, the highlighter, which actually looks very like, I don't know, like actually like a champagne color, definitely pulled a little more silver on my face as well. Still looks good though, like because a lot of the times when a highlight is too silver or too light for me, it'll be like really obvious and weird looking. And this one still, even though it's a little light for me, it's not like super weird looking. Like I can still clearly pull it off because it's super subtle. It's just a really subtle highlight. It's kind of what like helps it kind of look good on me anyways. But they're just like not my preferences. So obviously when I get off camera, I'm gonna change my blush. I'm gonna change my highlighter as well. So just to get something a little more flattering to go with the look. But I mean, otherwise the quality and the performance was there. It's just not what I wanted from these products. So I mean, and that's gonna happen. So I just wanted to be transparent with you guys. But I mean, I don't regret this purchase though. I really, really am glad I bought this. I think I could have done without the little blush palette, let's be honest. I'm probably gonna give this to a friend immediately because honestly it just doesn't flatter me. Normally I would keep it and try to make it work, but I'm trying to be more honest in 2022 with myself and my expectations of products, and I know I'm not going to use that palette. And so, as much as I know how much I spent on it, I think it was like $20. I don't remember how much it was. And to only use it once, but it just doesn't work. It doesn't work. And I used it and I don't want to return it because I think that's weird. Just knowing, as a YouTuber and testing products for, for you guys, it's not really, it doesn't really make sense to return it. I can just gift it to a friend of mine and, it moves on, someone's happy and someone else gets to try it and it works. Like I'm saying, it's not bad quality. It's just the colors don't work for me, so I can gift it to a friend who is much fairer than I and that I'm sure they will enjoy it very, very much. Because like I said, it's a good product. So. Anyways, sorry about all the rambling. I'm glad I was able to get through that with you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and hurry up and go to my lunch date or my shopping date with my bestie. So thank you guys so much for watching and we'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!